everybody. Welcome to Teach Me Piano on AGM TV network and Born FM. So today I'm going to be going through the rudiments of music. Get ready. We're going to have a lot of fun with this. I'm just going to teach you the basics of piano. For those of you who are beginners especially, and those of you who are intermediate players, we're going to be going through a lot. Chords, scales, cadences, arrangements, all the elements of music, rhythm, melody, harmony, and so just get ready. We're going to have a lot of fun. So today I want to start with the rudiments of music. What is music really? I mean, music has got a lot of definitions. But simply, music is just the arrangement of sound in a pleasing sequence, or arrangement of sound in a way that sounds good to the ear. Basically, that's what music is all about. Well, perhaps the best definition of music I've heard myself. One of my music teachers taught me that many years ago. He said music is the arrangement of sounds in a melodic, rhythmic, and harmonic or harmonious manner, such that has an effect on our emotion. And I think that's a very powerful definition. It has an effect on our emotion. The power of music is that it makes you feel something. And that's why music can be used for different purposes. We're going to get into the uses of music at some point. But that's it. That's the basic definition rather of music. Now, let's talk about the elements of music. Music has got like three major elements. It's in the definition I just gave you. Melody, rhythm, and harmony. Music is judged on these three major elements. The melody of the music or the piece of music, the harmony, how well the different notes are combined, and the rhythm, the beat pattern or the flow of the piece of music. We're going to get into details, into all of that. But today, for a start, I want us to just look at the piano keyboard because I don't want to bore you with too much theory. I want to take you to the basics for you who has never played the piano before. Now, pay attention now. And the first thing I want to teach you the configuration of this piano keyboard. Now I have here just a controller keyboard. This is not a standard piano, but at least it's going to help us today with what we are doing. This is a 5-octave Behringer MIDI keyboard. And this is the most common kind of piano keyboard you're going to find around in most places actually, especially in this part of the world. So I'm going to teach you the configuration of this. And from there, we're going to derive our scale, our major scale, which is the most common scale in music. There are different kind of scales, but the major scale is the most common scale in music. So if you look at this piano keyboard in front of me, I call it the piano keyboard because there are different kind of keyboards. My laptop has got a keyboard, If you work in different offices, there are different kind of keyboards, but I call it the piano keyboard because, we're dealing with music here. Now, if you look at what I have in front of me, I have a device that has a configuration of, it has a combination of black and white keys. You can see white keys, you can see black keys. Now, these white keys and black keys combine, to make music and to make sounds. Now, need I say this as well? In music, we use the first 7 alphabets in the English language. A, B, C, D, E, F, and G. Those are the 7 alphabets in the English language that we use. There is no key Q. There is no key Y. There is no key Z. So what we have are those alphabets. And we use the Roman numerals as well, from 1 to 7th. Not just to 7th, advanced level, you're talking about 11th, you're talking about 13th, but in the Roman numerals, the most common that we use is the 1 to the 7. Okay, now, looking at this keyboard in front of me, I have a combination of black and white keys. The very first key on this kind of a keyboard, which is the 5-octave keyboard, is the key of C. It's the key of C. One easy way to recognize the key of C is that it precedes 2 black notes. So when you see any key that precedes 2 black notes, it's the key of C. So which means on this keyboard, this is key C, this is another key C, this is another key C, This is another key C. Now you can see that the sound or the pitch of the sound gets higher as I go. We're going to get there. That's another topic on its own. We're going to talk about pitch. But so C. Immediately after that, we have the key D. So the key D follows the key C. Now, key D is in between two black keys. That's one easy way to recognize it. Key D. Now, immediately after key D, we have our key E. Key E is immediately after the two black keys. So you can see alphabetically there is some order there. C, D, and E. Immediately after E, we have F. One way to recognize the key of F is that it precedes three black notes. The three black notes. Immediately after F, we have G. G is immediately after the key of F. You can, just as an easy way to remember, G is immediately after F. Then immediately after G, we have A. So after G, we're going back to the first letter of the alphabet, which is A. Immediately after A, we have the key of B. B is just after A, and immediately after B, we are back to C. So if I go, now the key of C is referred to as a natural key. Why? Because just moving in an ascending and descending order on the key of C, you do not have the occurrence of any black notes, which we call accidentals. That's another technical name. When the tone, or let me say the scale formula is altered, you have the occurrence of something they call accidental. I'm going to get there at some point, definitely. Yeah, so, but this is the major scale. That's the major scale. Now, let's look at this. Let's talk about the major scale formula. Okay, let me quickly talk about intervals. There's something they call intervals, and intervals is the distance between notes. That's the distance between notes. So, for example, let's look at the key of C and the key of D. What is the distance between the key of C and the key of D? One thing you will notice is that between C and D, there is a black note between these two keys. Now, what this black note is doing is that it is splitting the tone between these two keys into half, or what we call semitones. That's what is done. By the law of music, that is what applies. So, between C and this black key that is above it, there is a semitone. And between this black key and D, there is another semitone. I'm still going to give you what the black key means. So, if there is a semitone between C and this black key, which is raising it in this context, and this black key and D, which is raising it again by another half step, which is another semitone. So which means between C and D, what exists is a tone. A full tone exists. Now between D and E, the same thing applies. A full tone exists because there is a black key here, which means it is splitting the tone between these two notes into semitones. So between D and E, another tone exists. But what do you notice between E and F? You will notice that between E and F, there is no black key. What that means is that between E and F, a natural semitone exists. A natural semitone exists because there is no black key splitting any tone between these two notes, so a natural semitone exists. So between F and G, you can see there's a black note. A natural tone exists. G and A, we have another tone. A and B, we have another tone. B and C, we have here again, we have a semitone. Yeah, that's right, a semitone, because we don't have any black notes splitting any tones between them. So this is what gives us what we call the scale formula. Between C and D, we have a tone. Between D and E, we have a tone. Between E and F, we have a semitone. F and G, we have a tone. G and A, we have a tone. A and B, we have a tone. B and C, we have a semitone. So the major scale formula is tone, tone, semitone, tone, 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 semitone. I'm going to say that again. The major scale formula is a tone, tone, semitone, tone, 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 semitone. So before I move forward, let me talk about these black keys a the major scale formula is that's the most common scale in music. And what this black key does, the black keys rather, what they do is they either raise or reduce the tone of a note by a semitone. That's their role here. So when you're going from a key to an ascending black key, the immediate ascending black key, it's raising. So if I'm on C and I'm going up to this immediate black key, it's raising. This black key is raising the tone of this key by a semitone. Now, when the tone is raised by a semitone, we call it a sharp in music. A sharp. On the other hand, if I was on the key of D and I'm coming down to this immediate black key in a descending order, this black key is called a flat. That's what it does. So when they say C sharp, it's this black key. When they say D flat, this is D. That's the same black key bringing it down by a semitone. So that's the work of the black key. So when you see C sharp, it means to raise by a semitone. When you see D flat, it means to reduce by a semitone. So if I say F sharp, this is the key of F right here. Where is the F sharp note? This immediate ascending black key. That's what is the sharp, which is basically. Or let me use the key of A for an example. When they say A sharp, it's this black key. But also this black key. This black key is also reducing the tone of this key called B by a semitone. All right, I'm going to go on a quick break now. I'll be back shortly. Okay. On seat.
You're listening to Born FM. Born FM, the instinct in you.
Your kind of music, all day, all night, right here on your one and only station.
Born FM.
Born FM, your number one online radio.
Your song, your station, playing 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Born FM.
My favorite station.
Born FM.
Where hit music lives.
Yeah, man.
Yo, man, hold on, man. Y'all got to turn them radios up. Y'all got to turn them up. Turn them radios up.
This is Born FM. You are listening to Born FM.
Thank you for always tuning in. Here's another one of your favorite tunes. Stay stuck.
Born FM.
Go to your socials now and tell everybody that you love
Born FM.
Wakey, wakey, rise and shine.
Take a deep breath and relax. It's all going to be fine.
Wakey, 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 wakey.
Born FM.
Wakey, wakey, it's breakfast time.
Morning is upon us.
Born FM.
Say no to drugs. Say no to alcohol. Say no to smoking. It's dangerous to your health. Born FM, your number one online radio.
Ladies and gentlemen.